Mets frankly postgame following the New York Mets 4-3 loss to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Huskar Brazaban was the opener tonight. He pitched two scoreless innings, giving up one walk, three strikeouts on 26 pitches. Brandon Waddle, he makes his Mets debut. He hasn't been in the major leagues in years, and he was excellent, going 4 1/3 scoreless innings, giving up three hits, no walks, four strikeouts on 60 pitches. A ton of credit to him, just coming in and filling in and doing great. Who then came in and was not great was Ryan Stanek, who gives up three hits, two runs, no walks, no strikeouts, 14 pitches. So this is now the last three losses for the Mets have all been due to Ryan Stanek on the mound. Was it weak contact, broken bat, bloop hit, all the unlucky things that you want to say? Yes, but it doesn't matter at this point. When it's three times in a row, you're not unlucky. You just ain't very good. You are not striking out batters. This is what Ryan Stanek is supposed to do. He's supposed to be a strikeout pitcher. You have a 100-mile-an-hour fastball that, you know what, a lot of people could throw nowadays, so it's not doing much for you. He's not striking out anybody, so all these little weak balls in play with these outfielders playing in freaking California, they're standing so far back, everything is going to fall in front of them. So it is just a very frustrating experience to watch Ryan Stanek now 3 outings in a row not be able to get the job done. Speaking of also not being able to get the job done, and it's not so much a blame on the pitcher, the manager also has some blame in this one. Chris Diviansky comes in. This is a guy who had to drive here. Well, he didn't. I don't know if he personally drive. I don't really care. But he comes from the minor leagues today because the Mets just find out today that Danny Young has an elbow sprain. How that happened, I don't know. We'll talk about it tomorrow on our Mets Weekly stream. But it's just like you have so much chaos going on. So here comes Diviansky coming in the 8th inning, throws a scoreless inning. You would be thrilled with that. You're like, okay, great job. It's only 2-1. We can still come back. All right, good job. We have Edwin Diaz warming up, who has not pitched in days. So you know what? He could just go in the 9th inning. But no, let's be cute and have Diviansky go a 2nd inning. Gets crushed. The bases are loaded. He gives up a couple of runs, a walk, a bunch of sacrifice flies. Tyrone Taylor's throws were terrible. So it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, if you are going to warm up Edwin Diaz, put him in the game. What are you doing? Because you're not saving him. By warming him up and not bringing him in, you're not really helping him. So I just don't understand why you're paying so much money to this guy to not use him. Has he struggled? Yes, but he has got to figure his stuff out. And the only way he's going to do that is by pitching, not sitting his behind in the bullpen. Bring him into the game. So I did not like that at all. And then it's just like, it's just very frustrating watching this team who, best record in baseball. Oh, best record in the league. They played like crap today offensively. I don't want to hear it. You went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. You left 13 guys on base. It was embarrassing. It was just so aggravating because this has been going on this whole season so far. The Mets have the 2nd lowest batting average in the National League with runners in scoring position. When you think about how horrible they've been with men on base, it's actually amazing to think they're in first place considering how terrible they are with men on base. And who are the culprits? The usual guys. Both DHs go 0 for 1, so designated hitter that can't get hits. You're paying so much money for these guys to hit the ball and get hits. They can't do that, so that's just been a disaster. Then you have Jeff McNeil going 0 for 1, Juan Soto going 0 for 2. We're going to be in May tomorrow, so it was a terrible April for Soto, so maybe because of the new month, maybe it could actually be good. That would be great. Vientos goes 0 for 3 in the cleanup spot, so the Mets still have not been able to figure out the cleanup spot, and Alvarez goes 0 for 1, just fishing at everything. And Vientos hits a double play as well because he's not very fast. Francisco Lindor had a very good game, though. He didn't have opportunities to run in scoring position because he was the guy that was in scoring position, getting on for these guys that they kept stranding him. Lindor had 2 hits and a walk in this game. You had Pete Alonso with 3 walks in this game and a hit by pitch, so he didn't really get many opportunities. He was the one, like Lindor, creating opportunities for everybody else that they were not able to come through. Mark Vientos did hit a solo home run early in the game. He drew a walk, but overall, not very good. Starling Marte, we already talked about 0 for 3, and a strikeout. Jesse Winker, he had a really weird play here in the ninth inning. He's batting and he hits the ball. It looks like it's off his foot. Maybe Winker thought so. The umpire says no. And guess what, guys? It's another play that's not reviewable. Why we have replay system, I'm not sure at this point. It's more so just to show how bad umpires are with the amount of calls that are consistently getting overturned, because another one happened today where Tyrone Taylor stole second base and they call him out saying his hand came off the bag. His hand never came off the bag. Like, it's right in front of these guys' faces and they keep missing these calls. So he talks to the other umpires. Nobody else saw it, so there's another thing to add to the docket of things that need to be added to the baseball rules. It's just been a joke. The umpires don't know the counts. They're calling strike 3. They don't know how many mound visits the Diamondbacks have. It's just been a clown show with the umpires this season especially. It's just, again, very frustrating to watch. So you have Winker not coming through. No surprise there. McNeil not coming through. No surprise there. He had a hit and a couple of walks, but when the men were on base, he was not able to bring them in. And then Francisco Alvarez, he goes 0 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. And here's where the whole ego thing really bothers me. When you're facing somebody like Ryan Thompson, who has a ton of horizontal movement, he's tough on right-handers, especially young, aggressive right-handers like Mark Vientos and Francisco Alvarez, who both struggled against him. So I feel like if you have Luis Torrens on the bench, who's been excellent with men on base and is a much more patient hitter and a way better matchup against Francisco Alvarez, even though he's also right-handed, it's like, do you want to win the game or do you want to just satisfy everybody's egos? Like, I know Alvarez has a lot of talent, a lot of potential, hasn't shown the consistency yet, and this coming from his number one fan. Torrens was the better option in that particular at-bat against that particular pitcher. But Mendoza doesn't do it because, we have to cater to our star guys. So he doesn't come through. Acuna 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Nimmo pinch hit later on. He grounded out. And then Tyrone Taylor, he actually had a really nice game. He had 3 hits and he had a home run off Justin Martinez. So that was nice to see, but everything else, not so much. The Mets have the opportunity to win the series tomorrow. 1 o'clock game. Who knows? Because now they have to call up more pitchers because the whole bullpen is falling apart and everybody's injured. So this was a rough watch. I mean, it really was because, we've been watching them Strand runners not come through with runners in scoring position so far this whole month. And you know what? They've won and they've had good pitching and they've had things go their way. So I haven't totally lost it, but this was just crazy. I mean, this was just too much. You have like the bases loaded, nobody out, and you can't score. It's just like stuff like that. And it's like the guys that are supposed to be your hitters, like your DHs, your cleanup hitters. When you have these runners in scoring position, it's like Lindor and Alonso are having these fantastic seasons, but they're not really having the run totals that they should, despite how good both those guys have been, because Soto has not been, considered to not be good. So I'll rant more about it on our Mets Weekly stream, so make sure to check that out. We'll plug the exact time tomorrow during tomorrow's Frankly, and that's if I don't have a heart attack before then. So hopefully see you guys tomorrow.